Inside the billionaire life of Bishop T.D. Jakes, richest black pastor.
North Texas pastor T.D. Jakes is recovering after a health incident during yesterday's worship service.
Great man. Then you do the extra.
I don't want you to try to talk another person into staying with you, loving you, calling you.
Bishop T.D. Jakes has always been a pivotal figure in contemporary Christianity. From humble beginnings to revolutionizing spirituality, his unparalleled status has reshaped how many view religious individuals. With a net worth of over $20 million, a 30,000-member megachurch, a 14,000-square-foot mansion, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, and even multiple scandals that shocked the whole world. This is the story of America's billionaire spiritual leader, Bishop T.D. Jakes. Humble beginnings.
It was not an advancement. He went down from the holy city of Jerusalem.
Thomas Dexter, Jakes, popularly known as Bishop T.D. Jakes, is a renowned United States non-denominational Christian evangelical minister, preacher, and motivational speaker. Born on the 9th of June, 1957 in South Charleston, West Virginia, he is the senior pastor at the Potter's House, a non-denominational megachurch he founded in 1996 in Dallas, Texas. Bishop T.D. Jakes is an influential clergyman whose teaching and philanthropic activities have impacted many people regardless of race, financial status, or background. Through his church services, sermons, and various television programs, T.D. Jakes has touched the lives of many. He is also a producer of many films and an accomplished author with several books donning his name. The bishop is the son of businessman and entrepreneur from Mississippi Ernest Jakes Sr. and Odith Jakes, an educator from Alabama. He is the youngest of his parents' 3 children, and he is named after his grandfather. While growing up in the Vandalia neighborhood of Charleston in West Virginia, T.D. Jakes was known as the Bible Boy, due to his love for the book and how you'd always find one clasped firmly in his hands, even when he went to school. However, no one expected him to become a preacher when he was growing up because of his slight lisp, which prevented him from pronouncing some sounds and words properly. Growing up wasn't smooth sailing for T.D. Jakes. When he was 10 years old, his father suffered kidney failure, which meant he needed to be cared for till his death in 1973 when T.D. Jakes was only 16 years old. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 99% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Journey in pastorhood. Despite the challenges of his childhood, Bishop T.D. Jakes would not be discouraged from pursuing his dreams. 3 years after his father passed away in 1976, T.D. Jakes preached his first sermon and got his ordainment another 3 years later. The bishop was not going to wait around for big opportunities. He made do with what he had and established a small church to start his ministration in 1982. He was only 25 at the time he started the Greater Emmanuel Temple of Faith Church, a storefront church with only 10 members in Smithers, West Virginia. To keep his ministry going, he also worked simultaneously at Union Carbide, Ron Poulin, or other plants that manufactured chemicals for industrial use. He studied psychology at West Virginia State University, and by 1985, he got his Bachelor of Arts degree in Biblical Studies from Friends International Christian University. 2 years after getting his first degree, 1987, T.D. Jakes officially became a bishop when he was ordained for bishopric. Then he joined the Higher Ground Always Abounding Assemblies denomination founded by Bishop Sherman Watkins the next year, in 1988. Determined to continue learning and growing, T.D. Jakes got his Masters of Art in Biblical Studies in 1990. The same year, Jakes relocated to South Charleston in West Virginia, where his congregation grew fairly significantly to around 300 members. Jakes's popular sermon titled, "Woman, Thou Art Loosed," which was later made into a conference and a movie in 2004, was first preached in 1992. The sermon addressed the pain women face, and the film was about a 12-year-old who ran away from home after being abused by his mother's partner. By 1993, there was another reason to move, and this time he went to Cross Lanes, West Virginia. That was the same year he established himself as a televangelist after the launch of his weekly television broadcast on the Trinity Broadcasting Network. The following year, he began another weekly broadcast on Black Entertainment Television. 1994 was the same year he launched the Manpower Conference, a program dedicated to teaching men how to uphold their relational and community responsibilities. Bishop T.D. Jakes earned a Doctor of Ministry in 1995. He founded TDJ Enterprises the same year, and the outfit is in charge of publishing his books and producing his films. Jakes began hosting a weekly radio and television show shortly after. It was known as Get Ready, and it went on until 1996. 1996 was the same year he founded his well-known non-denominational ministry, the Potter's House in Dallas, Texas. The establishment of the Potter's House marked a remarkable point in his life. His family and 50 other employees of his church moved to the new church together. The first church service at the new establishment attracted over 2,000 people, but it has grown immensely over the years to more than 30,000 members. The church also employs close to 400 staff members in its 50-plus active outreach ministries. They have staff members in human resources, information technology, finance, public relations, media productions, publications, and material distribution. Personal life, belief, and ministry. Bishop T.D. Jakes married his wife Sarita Ann Jameson in 1982. The two lovebirds met while the clergyman was preaching in her neighborhood church. They became acquaintances, and it did not take long for them to realize they were meant to be together, culminating in a marriage that's still going strong today. The couple has 5 children, including twins Jamar and Jermaine, Cora, Sarah, and T. Dexter Jr. Alongside his faith, Bishop Jakes' family is a key part of his journey. He is a devoted husband and father who doesn't let an opportunity to draw inspiration from his personal life slip by. While he is grounded in devotion to faith, he's often shown entrepreneurial insights that have led him to create various opportunities for people. So what are Jakes' specific beliefs? In the year 2012, while on an interview with Mark Driscoll, T.D. Jakes revealed that he affirms the Trinity even though he was converted and ordained within Oneness Pentecostalism. However, he maintained the belief of Oneness churches by not affirming the eternality of the individual persons of the Trinity. He is a staunch advocate for abstinence. He even appeared on Good Morning America and Dr. Phil shows advocating for the same. In 2015, he mentioned that he had evolving views on homosexuality and LGBT rights, but clarified that he doesn't support same-sex marriage. However, he claims he respects the rights that this country affords those that disagree. The pastor has a unique speaking style that many have come to identify with. Not only are his messages inspiring with valuable insights, but the delivery helps him get to everyone irrespective of their race or gender. When you match that with how T.D. Jakes is never shy from addressing a wide array of issues, some of which are considered irrelevant to the church, it's no wonder his audience cuts across a diverse group of individuals. Arguably the most notable of T.D. Jakes' properties is the Potter's House Church establishment. The Potter's House is a megachurch located in the Oak Cliff region of Dallas, Texas. It has a capacity of 8,000 and sees a weekly attendance of 17,000. According to Outreach magazine, the Potter's House is the 10th largest church in the United States. At the heart of the outstanding property is the 5,000-seat auditorium, measuring a whopping 34 acres. The Hilltop campus also houses numerous offices for employees and staff. The establishment was originally built by televangelist U.V. Grant for the use of his Eagle's Nest family church. In 1996, Grant was convicted of tax evasion, and the building was put up for sale. This coincided with Bishop T.D. Jakes' movement from West Virginia. so he bought and renamed the establishment. As the building needed to occupy a larger congregation, Jakes constructed an expansion measuring 191,000 square feet or 17,700 square meters. The expansion gulped a whopping $45 million, and the debt was spread across 4 years. The auditorium reached completion in the year 2000, with features like a cascade seating arrangement that converged at the large stage. The choir loft has spaces for 450 people, and it comes equipped with an audiovisual system that can rival any other one in the world. The auditorium is also used for other events like concerts, graduations, and corporate ceremonies. When the building was completed in 2000, the bishop was holding 3 Sunday services with a 23,000 attendance that extended to the overflow room. The church has since expanded with campuses in Dallas, North Dallas, Fort Worth, Los Angeles, and Denver. All branches are linked through satellite video, but the Denver Center, formerly the Heritage Christian Center, is under the leadership of Lady Sarah Jakes Roberts, T.D. Jakes' daughter, and her husband, who is also the senior pastor at the Potter's House One Church in Los Angeles, Pastor Toure Roberts. In November 2018, CBS News ranked the Potter's House as the 25th on the list of the largest megachurches in the U.S. In May 2008, the church service had in attendance members of the Soul Force organization. The popular group is known worldwide for its advocacy to include more gay people in churches and church activities. However, this did not sway the bishop and his church to their cause, as they insisted that marriage is a union that binds a man and a woman according to the teachings in the Bible. Wealth, house, and cars. Bishop T.D. Jakes has a net worth of $20 million. This includes his ministry, media productions, houses, and cars. His house is a massive 14,000 square foot masterpiece located in Fort Worth. The breathtaking estate, bought in December 2004 for $5.5 million, has 4 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, resting on 17.8 acres of land. Jakes' mansion also comes with amenities such as a wet bar, a swimming pool, and a garage that can house 7 cars. In 1995, he spent close to $1 million on a residence in his hometown of Charleston, West Virginia, even though he was moving to Dallas the following year. The West Virginia home consists of 2 houses built side by side and equipped with a bowling alley and an indoor swimming pool. For moving around, he has a large collection of cars and supercars that includes a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Mercedes, and a 1960 Trans Am. Bishop Jakes never jokes with his dressings. Whether preaching on the stage or making an appearance at a function, he is always impeccably dressed with the proper attention to the function. According to the Dallas Observer, the Pentecostal ministry is an emotional one in which the personal and spiritual merge, and Jakes' dapper wardrobe, particularly his footwear, may represent religious self-expression raised to an art form. The bishop, who is usually seen putting on dazzling jewelry, once stated that he couldn't wear plainer shoes, explaining that fashion dazzle helps him spread the word of the Lord. Jakes attributes his wealth to being blessed as a result of helping hurting people and strengthening them. He also claimed in his sermons and interviews that Jesus was able to support his disciples and their families because he was a rich man. Other endeavors. Bishop T.D. Jakes has participated in various activities within and outside of the church. His contributions to various religious and socio-economic events are well documented, cementing him as a man who loved to contribute to society. In 1998, Jakes launched the Metroplex Economic Development Corporation, MEDC. This is a nonprofit organization that caters to providing education and alleviating poverty and its effect on local communities. It operated as an economic development body that provided funds to help local businesses through training and business counseling. However, the organization expanded to also provide assistance related to housing and healthcare, amongst others. One of the initiatives included the Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative, TORI, which helped former inmates get their lives back after serving time. Another one is the Good Soil Movement, a program that targets under-resourced entrepreneurs with the aim of supporting them to multiply wealth and reduce unemployment. It was announced in April 2023 in partnership with the Stand Together Foundation. He also established the Clay Academy, a private Christian school occupying a 70,000 square foot structure. Located in the rapidly growing Dallas mixed-use development known as Capella Park Community, the school features a broad curriculum, advanced technologies, and world-class educators. Clay Academy currently serves students from pre-K3 all through 8th grade, with plans to become a college preparatory academy by including high school grade levels. The school got a surprise visit from NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal in 2009, where he encouraged the students to continue taking their classes seriously. Included under the Potter's House ministry are establishments like Raven's Refuge, a ministry for providing shelter to homeless individuals, Operation Rehab, an outreach for helping prostitutes who are willing to leave their old life and change occupation, and the Transformation Treatment Program, which aims to help drug and alcohol abusers. The Potter's House also has programs for teenage mothers, abused women, and the homeless. In addition, they have an AIDS ministry for people living with HIV and AIDS. In July 2010, they entered into a collaboration with the Palmer Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania. The program was designed to help seminary students gain practical experience at the Potter's House. Through their outreach activities, they've also sent ministers and aid to places like Kenya, Mexico, Guyana, and Belize. Bishop T.D. Jakes and his church have received many accolades for their contributions to humanity. In the September 2021 edition of Time magazine, they named Jakes America's Best Preacher. According to Christianity Today, T.D. Jakes' The Potter's House is one of America's fastest-growing megachurches, and as for CNN, it is the smart church of the 21st century. PBS Religion and Ethics Newsweekly have also named Jakes among America's top 10 religious leaders. The prominent evangelist is listed in the Black Americans of Achievement series, the Encyclopedia of African American Christian Heritage, as well as the Who's Who among African Americans. He is a respected speaker who has appeared as the keynote speaker at various conferences. In the year 2000 alone, he addressed the National Council of Black Mayors, the National Black Police Association, and the 2000 Congressional Black Caucus. 2 years later, he was on the list of the top 100 powers that be, published by Savoy magazine. In 2005, the renowned faith leader was alongside President George W. Bush as he inspected the areas affected by the devastating Hurricane Katrina. On the 20th of January 2009, he led the early morning prayer session for President Barack Obama at St. John's Church in Washington, D.C. The same year, he partnered with CBS television distribution, Phil McGraw and Jay McGraw, for a syndicated talk show that never aired. It was later revealed to be a secular show that didn't go live due to economic issues plaguing the syndicated television scene at the time. The bishop got another chance at a secular shoe talk show in 2015. Tegna, Inc. and Debmar Mercury announced that they would test run a show hosted by T.D. Jakes on their stations in Dallas, Atlanta, Cleveland, and Minneapolis. However, an announcement was made on March 15, 2017 that the show had poor ratings and low clearances, leading to its cancellation. He has films, and the bishop is also the author of numerous books. Controversies. Bishop T.D. Jakes has also been a subject of multiple controversies. His name was briefly mentioned in the suit against the embattled music mogul, Sean Diddy Combs. The lawsuit, which accused Combs of sexual harassment, trafficking, and illegal drug activities, said the music producer hopes T.D. Jakes could help him beef up his image. While the bishop isn't a defendant in the case, the mere mention of his name has raised concerns among lovers and adversaries. Meanwhile, a video on TikTok and YouTube alleged Jakes' involvement in one of Diddy's parties, but he has since denied any involvement in a Christmas Eve sermon, saying, "I will not use his sacred day and this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach a truth." On the 28th of October and 3rd of November, a 58-year-old former pastor and registered sexual offender in Pennsylvania, Dwayne Youngblood, appeared on a YouTube talk show, Larry Reed Live, and accused Jakes of assault about 40 years ago when he was 18 or 19. His attorney also sent a letter to the bishop demanding $6 million to keep the case out of court. However, the bishop filed a defamation suit against Youngblood. He said, "We filed this lawsuit against individuals who were supposed to be men of God, but are clearly not." This was a day after suffering a health scare. And Jakes added, "This unwarranted stress brought me to a place of having a health crisis on stage in front of my entire congregation." 5 shocking details about T.D. Jakes. Number 5. While growing up, Bishop T.D. Jakes had a slight lisp that prevented him from speaking properly. This condition made many doubt that he could preach in the future, even though he had set his eyes on it from a young age. Number 4. Bishop T.D. Jakes has appeared on the cover of Time magazine twice. On September 17, 2001, he appeared on the cover alongside a provocative headline that asked, "Is this man the next Billy Graham?" Billy Graham was an American evangelist considered one of the most prominent pastors in the U.S. and abroad. He was close to some American presidents and came under criticism for some of his views. Number 3. Bishop T.D. Jakes has bagged multiple Grammy Award nominations and even clinched the award in 2003 during the 46th Grammy Awards when his album A Wing and a Prayer won the Best Gospel or Chorus Album. He has received nominations for his gospel album Live at the Potter's House. Number 2. In November 2024, the whole world was thrown into shock as the bishop suffered a health emergency while delivering a sermon during the church service. The specific cause and nature of the emergency is unknown, but the ministry revealed that he became stable after some time and was taken care of by medical professionals. Number 1. Did you know that T.D. Jakes has an ancestry that's traceable to Nigeria? A PBS program known as African American Lives analyzed Jakes' Y chromosome and discovered he is a descendant of the Igbo people of Nigeria. His family history also supported this claim, with suggestions saying he may have descended through his grandmother. That is the billionaire life of Bishop T.D. Jakes, a visionary pastor, charismatic evangelist, and an inspirational figure who has impacted lives in many ways. If you've enjoyed this video, check out our next video on the trillionaire lifestyle of Elon Musk.